everybody, GReimer here, coming at you once again from Saragordo Zoo. We're here in the Double Ravine, and we're doing a little bit more work here on the zoo today, and hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different episode today, just because I actually have not been having a very wonderful day. And it's not like it's like a really bad thing. Like me personally, I'm okay. I'm doing fine. But as far as physically, I'm not doing so hot. As many of you know, I work in a factory. That's what I do for my full-time job, and I actually specifically make windows is what I actually do. So I use a lot of sharp tools and whatnot to get the job done, and today one of them bit me, okay? So physically I'm injured today, my thumb in particular. So like jumping like that, it's not super easy for me today. I have a big old bandage on my thumb. It looks kind of like this. I cut my thumb pretty bad, so I had to get a few stitches put in to keep everything together while it heals. Ow! Okay, so today's episode is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to try to get some of the basics things done because, you know, that's kind of important. We're putting the rats in for sure. And maybe we'll do a little animal hunting and do a little bit of landscaping around the zoo. I apologize if this ends up being a slightly shorter episode, but I'm in pain, people. I'm in pain. It hurts actually really bad, and I'm trying to keep a smile on my face while I do this because I know you guys like the zoo stuff, and I really am looking forward to getting more of this done. So I'm kind of torn. Do I push through the pain and keep building? I'm going to try, at least a little bit. So sit back, relax, grab something to eat, and just relax and watch this if you're able to. And say ouch in chat if you could for me, because that's what I said today, along with some other choice words when it happened. But we're not going to talk about that. But first things first, all right? We got some rats to name, and you guys absolutely killed it in the comment section. Thank you for that. I love it. I love looking at all you guys' creative names. They really give me some inspiration. It's hard to pick some of these sometimes, so I apologize if I didn't get your name that you suggested. Don't worry, there's plenty of animals to name. There's going to be plenty more exhibits, so keep on trying with that. But first off, I'd like to give a big shout out to Love2Craft for suggesting the name Templeton, and that is of course the rat in or the mouse in is it a mouse or rat in Charlotte's Web. And it's been so long since I've actually read that book, so I mean, I'm kind of confused. But yeah, Templeton from Charlotte's Web. Now, there were a lot of suggestions for Remy to be a name. We actually did that last season. It changes the rat to be gray with a chef's hat on. It's actually an Easter egg in the mod pack, and I think it looks adorable. However, because we did it last season, I'm going to try to avoid naming things that we did last season. So this one, though, was also highly suggested, and that is, if I can type with my thumb all bandaged up, Mickey. Now, there was a couple suggestions for Mickey Mouse, one that was from called Mickey Rat, which I thought was kind of funny. But we're gonna go with Mickey, and a big shout out to Matt Myers, Nickel Plays, Jorn Connings, and Natalie Reed for all suggesting that name. There's also one more thing that I want to do while I'm down here before we get to naming these things, and that is I need to make. Well, let me grab this minecart right here. I need to take this and a little bit of cobblestone, and I need to make myself a furnace and a minecart. Okay, now I have only ever made this thing practically one other time, and that is a minecart with a furnace. There's really only one time I've ever used that. And sit down and let me tell you the little tale. It was Pixelmon. I was on a Pixelmon server. This is before I had a channel. And it turns out that in the earlier versions of Pixelmon, and I don't even know if they ever actually fixed this, but witch huts, since those are considered their own area outside of the overworld in the game programming, they were not exempt from spawning witches even in Pixelmon. And I made a potion shop on a server, and I thought it'd be cool to have a witch as a clerk. But to move her from the witch hut to where my base was, I needed to push her through the nether, and I needed to push her like 2 kilometers. All right? And now, when you're trying to push a witch on a rail without making a powered rail, because I didn't do that because I didn't have the resources, I just had iron. It's kind of tough to do, but a cheap way to do it is to push her with a furnace and a minecart. That's the only time I've ever practically used one of these things. But now, thanks to 2Cs and Tiny the T-Rex for both suggesting that why don't I put, because in the last episode I suggested I want to put a minecart inside of the rat exhibit, but then they would get stuck in it. Why not put something in the minecart, like a furnace or a hopper or a chest? And I was like, oh my god, that's brilliant. So thank you, you two, for suggesting that. I didn't even think about that. That completely slipped my mind. All right, so let's first pop this open right here and get in here with this minecart with a furnace. And maybe we'll just slap it down like right back. That kind of covers the thing. I think this breaks the thing up. Yeah, it does. That kind of covers the glowing mushroom, doesn't it? Just a wee bit. Let's actually put it like right I think the mice will push this. Oh, Tiny, you're the one who suggested that I should also put an unpowered rail underneath it so the mice don't push it. You're kind of a smart person. I should probably make that real fast. And we got the rail. We got the powered rail. We got broken ankles. There's actually there was a skeleton in the bad exhibit, but it looks like it has moved on. So let's get in here, and we're going to remove like this one, and this one. And I actually grabbed a few of these things, so if they do push it, it doesn't go very far. We're going to slap that bad boy right in the middle. So then like that, yeah, like I said, it doesn't go very far. It takes a little bit of nudging around. It can move just a wee bit. So hopefully that doesn't go too far with the rats walking around and stuff in it. So there we go. And I think we can still see the mushroom kind of back there a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. So it definitely gives it some more depth. So there we go. I guess I could have also like parked the minecart around someplace. Hold on, let me mess with this. I don't actually like this here. There, look at that. I got it actually outside the mine, like it's waiting to be able to go in there. I think that looks a little bit better. That way you can also see down into the mine still a little bit. Remember, the mice can go back here. It's not like it's a big deal. They just, you know, obviously can't go near here because it's blocked off. But you can't see that when you're outside looking inside the exhibit. So it's all good. It's all good. All right, let's get to naming these things then. Let's see what kind of rats we got here. So now these things are probably going to want to run away from me too, and I have a feeling that they're going to probably squeeze their way through here. So what we're going to do is we're going to seal myself in here, and we're going to do the ender pearl trick to get out of here, just like what we did with the bats. So first one's going to be Templeton, so let's slap him down there and name him, and Templeton is a female. All right, and then Mickey, Templeton already ran off, look at that. Mickey we're going to slap down there you go, and Mickey is also a female, so I guess maybe I should have named it Minnie? I probably should have named her Minnie. But Mickey it is. Alright, so let's try to get out of here now. Because we got the minecart added, we got the rats in here. If I find some more rats, I'll actually add them in this episode. I wouldn't mind going out and looking for some animals today. There we go, phase through the wall there, just like, who is that on the X-Men that can do that? Kitty Pryde, I think it was, right? She could just phase through the wall. Yeah, alright, I hear zombies. I hear zombies. Where are you? Aha, there you are. Gotcha. Okay, so today's episode, like I said, I want to do a little extra detailing and stuff, and I guess I wouldn't mind working in the ravine, but for right now, I've been working in here for the last couple episodes, and like I said, my thumb is hurting, so like taking off like that is actually kind of painful. I do have some things to finish up top here, just a little bit, like this bridge, for example, never got built. There's also, I didn't make that jump, there's also some detailing on this this landscape here that I wouldn't mind finishing too. So today's episode is going to be all about just kind of tidying up the zoo a little bit because yeah, my thumb is hurting. And I think we'll start by doing this bridge right here. So we're going to need some of this wood out of here for sure. And I think, did I use oak wood or did I use spruce wood to represent like the base of it where it was kind of near the river edge and kind of getting wet? So it would make sense for it to still remain the same color wood. I used oak wood, it looks like down there. So probably use that. How did I build this? I'm going to build a similar, if not identical, bridge to this right here. It's probably going to have to be a little bit thinner because I think the river's a little thinner there, but I'm not too sure. And oak wood, okay, carry the two. Got it. All right, let me go recreate this bridge over here.
Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need. What you need. We're broken, it's tragic. We're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
go. Bam, just like that. Got a bridge built. Turned out pretty good, I'm thinking. Definitely does what I wanted to. It's built on a little bit of an angle, too. Added a little extra challenge. Why not? You know, that's kind of what I do. I never actually just build things super simple. But it is actually a relatively simple bridge, too. It's just kind of it's the same design as what I have over there. Want to keep a little bit of uniformity. What's the word? Is uniformity the word? That might be it. Keep it all the same, you know, throughout the zoo. Best I can, anyway. So yeah, there we go. We got the bridges built so far. So now we can get across the river, the really cool one with all the rapids in it. I absolutely love that view. So now all I have to do is like, oh my gosh, the gars are awake. I see. I want to jazz up places like this. This looks terrible and boring. So I got to get in here and actually add in a little something to this. No, I'm not liking this so far. Oops, not liking that so far either. Right? So the haste thing is really kind of throwing me off. So are the cows. They're not cows, I know, but that's what they sound like. But maybe throw in. Nah, I don't like that either. Throw in something, little added details throughout these parts right here, just to kind of blend them in. Oh my gosh, they're really driving me nuts. Get the landscape looking a little bit better. Like right here, this does not look good either. There's a lot of little things I need to do here. So let's. How about we start with this? How about we start with this flat area up here? And this area in between these exhibits, and let's see what I can do to prettyify this, you know, beautify this a little bit. One, the flax can go away. I don't really need that here. This grass needs to be replaced or covered up or something, because this is mainly stone here. I don't really need this here. Let's actually get up the proper tool out. And some of it can stay, but not all of it. There we go. With just a few blocks removed and a few other ones put in here, I think I got this whole terrain kind of put down. It does need a little bone mealing love here, of course, because all the grass is flat and boring. And it probably could do with a few of, let's see, squid backpack. I need you desperately. Here we go. I could probably use a few pebbles dotted here or there in this area too, because this is supposed to be kind of rocky and stones laying all over the place kind of thing. So, I mean, it is kind of the arid, dry, gravelly area, I guess. You guys really should check out the Ghost Town Living channel if you want to see what Cerro Gordo actually looks like. In fact, I strongly suggest you guys do that. In fact, maybe like right about now, I might put a link up in the top right of the video, linking to the channel. Go check that guy's channel out, okay? It's pretty awesome what he's doing up there in the mountains, getting that whole little ghost town back up and running and getting a museum built and everything, working on the hotel. It's awesome. And they actually are kind of in trouble right now because they just had some pretty severe flooding out there, and the road leading up to Cerro Gordo got washed out really bad, and they're trying to repair it now, because the county is super busy. They got the green light from the county to fix it. I watched that whole episode. It was really fascinating. So they're fixing the road themselves to at least get a 4x4 truck up there. And, you know, they're kind of, their whole plans for construction have got set back because of that. But sad tale, I know that they'll get through it because they are awesome. And but wish them the best of luck. I unfortunately have no means to help them, but I at least can draw some attention to them. But all right, here we go. We got some of this done, and these things have been moving the entire time, and it's been driving me absolutely bonkers. That's why I did such a big jump cut in getting all of this finished. But let's go ahead and just drop some of this into the ground backpack to give ourselves just a bit of breathing room. And let's pull out the bone meal. Actually, before we pull out the bone meal, let's throw down a backpack on the ground here. This spot I forgot about completely. Take a little snooze here because creepers be creeping, and I don't really want them blowing up anything. But then we're going to grab a little bit of this bone meal here, and we're going to go ahead and hit some of this grass. And I suppose I'm okay with flowers, so long as there's not a whole bunch of them. Okay, we'll leave one. As long as there's not a whole bunch of them. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. It's good. I don't know what it is. Normally, I actually like flowers in Minecraft, but for some reason, like, lately... We're just leaving the red ones in this one. Just for some reason lately, like, they bug me, and it's I don't get why. Okay, that is finished. Let's get a little view from the sky and see how that looks in between these exhibits, if it looks good or bad. Yeah, it's right here. Okay, yeah, that actually looks pretty good from above. It looks kind of like the rest of this, except there is one little detail missing that I guess I don't actually need to throw in right in every spot, and that is I didn't put any of the dead bushes in, like what you see here. I didn't put these things in at all. And I guess I should at least incorporate one in here somewhere to tie it all together. I didn't even think about it. What's wrong with me? Oh, that's probably what's wrong with me. I actually don't have a lot of dead bushes left. Okay, there we go. Got one in there at least someplace to tie it all together. Now, I did leave this spot over here completely untouched because I was a big old da-da-da and completely forgot about it. But it doesn't actually need much, so let me just whip this out real quick. There we go. That looks a lot better. Looks like the Gors are sleeping too. Actually, everything's sleeping. I just took a little snooze too to avoid them creepers, you know. But it looks like the echidnas are sleeping. I wonder, can he actually get up right there? I don't think he can. I think he's stuck there. I don't think he can get to like this block right here. Kind of confused me for a second when I saw that. But all right, so this doesn't look too bad. This kind of looks like it should be. I also did a little bit of work right here too to kind of jazz this up because that was just stone. Probably could use a little bit more love there as well. But what other parts need a little bit of TLC? Because I still got a little juice in me. My thumb is throbbing. Seriously, people, it's not good. I kind of want to keep this terrain though going on this side too, but not entirely up to the river, because the river would have like eroded the ground in, and it would have been much more just stone. Like we're talking like it would have been like down to like more bedrock kind of design, not bedrock Minecraft, but bedrock like in reality, you know. This would have washed away, similar to what I saw on that Ghost Town Living channel, where it washes it away and leaves just the stone behind. It's gonna be that. But yeah, let me do a little bit of more work maybe on this side. Let's pick a spot. Let's go to the bridge that we just finished, and let's actually pretty up this section right here. How did you get up there? How did you get up there, little guy? Block. How did you get up there? Oh, right here to there, to there, to there, to up there. Okay, well, don't fall off that, man, because you weren't ever supposed to make it up there. Whoops. Hey, if that's where you want to sleep, though, I am not going to get in your way. You snooze, man. You do your thing. Okay, so I got a little carried away, and in between the last take and this one here. And I did all of this. I did all of this along this entire edge right here. Finish off all of the terrain in this area. I think it looks fantastic. And let's go take a peek at it from the other side of the river here. Yeah, okay, you see how like the dirt and the sand, or not the dirt, there's no sand, but the dirt basically, except for like right there where there's like a big ridge kind of thing, the dirt doesn't actually reach the water. It's mainly like the dirt and grass, that's what I meant. It's just stone, so the stone is kind of all that's left here, you know, after the water's eaten away at the place. So that's kind of the idea. I put gravel, I put andesite, I put regular smooth stone there, but I did not put any dirt or grass leading up to that, because it all eroded away as the river's been flowing. But this whole thing looks detailed, nice and good. However, there is something that I was doing earlier in the series as far as going along the paths, but I just kind of forgot to keep doing, I guess. Let's cut through here, and let's go say hi to the otters. There they are. Hello. And we'll say hi to the penguins. I wonder if they're still floating around in the... Yep, they are right there in the end of the waterfall. Those things, they don't want to move. That guy, though, has been staying there for months. He is like a rock. Like an absolute statue. And then, of course, we have the wicked depressed foxes. That look on their face, man, they have seen some stuff.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I'm sure they're fine, though. It's okay. It's all good. Man, do you guys need to talk to somebody? Holy cow. He's like, come back. Fine, I see how it is. Okay. But there's something that I was doing back here that I kind of stopped doing because I kind of forgot about, I guess is the best way to put it. But fences. I've been putting... Oh, this looks bad. I need to fix that too. Fences. I've been putting fences with the tiki torches on them throughout this entire beginning part, and I kind of forgot to do that in any of this new section over here. So I figured, why not add some of that? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that fence. It's not a complete fence. I mean, obviously you can easily just walk right in here, you know? It's not like it's supposed to keep people out. It's just simply supposed to guide people, because with this terrain that I'm working with, the path itself looks very similar to the natural terrain, because if it's all rocky and stuff, you can't really, like, you know what I'm talking about? You guys know what I'm talking about? Like when you're in a forest and you walk over the grass a whole lot that's out in the woods or something like that, it mats it down and creates a nice dirt path. It's very easy to see when you're cutting through the forest, you know? However, we're not in a forest. We're in like a gravelly stone area. Okay, so you can walk on that all you want. It's still going to look like a gravelly stone area. So I have to get a little creative here, and this is like the path that I kind of came up with. But it looks very similar to the natural terrain. Obviously, there's no grass and stuff in the path, so that's one defining feature. And there's path blocks, so that kind of also defines it. It's little tricks like that I'm going for adding a little difference between this. But adding a fence like what you're seeing behind me here kind of also kind of marks out the terrain a little bit better, easier to follow. Plus, it's got the lights to light up the path, so you know where you're going. That's the method behind this madness. But I think that's enough for building, doing a little terraforming in today's episode, actually. I do want to try to do one last thing before... I got to grab these, though. One last thing before I get out of here. Let's yeet those into the backpack, too. I wouldn't mind going and seeing if I can't catch another rat or two, because you guys really killed it in the naming section. That looks terrible right here. I kind of forgot to jazz that up. Well, I did this, and that looks fantastic. Just don't look this way. Just ignore that. Look this way. Look at it. It's so pretty. Look at the waterfall. But you guys killed it in the naming section, and I wouldn't mind going and seeing if I can't find another rat or two. However, I do not remember for the life of me where I found rats. I want to say I found some down here. I've seen these. They're usually everywhere, and I'm always like, oh, I don't need these because I have rats, but I only had 2, and I actually thought I had more than that. But I'm going to take a little flight around and see if I can't find a rat or 2. Oh, God, that's a rattlesnake. That's not a rat. Holy cow. Oh. Oh, that's a possum. That's not a rat either. Oh, but these sure look like rats. I need 2 of you, please. Boink, give me you, and where's another one of you? Right there. Boink, give me you. Hi, meerkats. How's it going? Okay, there's more rats here and meerkats. There's all sorts of stuff. There's also lions right there. Why am I standing so close? Let's get out of here. Rest in peace, Gil Gates. Alright, so we're back here at the zoo. Managed to get back just in time. Now, I did pick out 2 rat names, but there were 2 other rat names that I actually really liked, and I wanted to use them. But obviously, without having 2 other rats, I didn't have that option. So let's get down into my little hidey hole here, grab 2 name tags, and name these other 2 rats. We're going to add them to the exhibit today, too. Alright, a big shout out to Matt Myers and Natalie Reed also, and that's because we're going to name this one Bruno, okay? From obviously the Encanto movie. We don't really talk about Bruno, but in this case, we're going to make an exception. Apparently because, you know, he had rats. I actually did see that movie, but I was having a hard time paying attention to it. My kids are screaming and playing and running around. It got a little difficult for me to focus on what was going on. But I do remember he was like the outcast one, right? That was like living in the walls of the place or something. And yeah, I think he had rats, so that makes sense. And then Maddie. Maddie, you guys remember Maddie? She helped me out a ton when it came... I'm actually naming it Maddie. She helped me out a ton when it came to Season 1 of ZAWA. But Maddie and Star Nanny both suggested the name Splinter, which is obviously a reference to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Their rat master is named Master Splinter. Suppose I probably should have fixed this area up just a little bit too so that it's not a death trap getting down here. But I forgot. So, like, there's also, like, the ravine itself. It needs a bridge of some, or not bridge, but a platform fence. A fence of some kind so guests don't fall in. Ooh, yeah, failed. There we go. Got it. Sweet. All right, we're in. Hello, rats. All right, so let's go ahead and put down this one right here. And this is going to be Splinter. And Splinter is a male. Look at that. Have fun, live free, Splinter. Okay, and then Bruno, the guy that we don't talk about, goes here, and we're going to name that one Bruno, and Bruno is a female. Now, I'm pretty sure that's not how it is in Encanto, but it is how it is here in Cerro Gordo. And phase, there we go, perfect. Didn't even leave a mite back there. How about that? All right, so we got the rats added. We got this. Ooh, that. Ooh, you. Hold on one second. Better. Okay, we got we got everything added that we were going to do this episode in here. I got a lot of the terraforming done up top, and we also got a sweet bridge built. However, my thumb is throbbing, guys. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go rest this, maybe ice it or something because it hurts. It hurts bad. I gotta be more careful at work. Seriously, that was a dumb mistake. Dumb mistake, and it is like kind of my fault. Like I said, I just wasn't paying attention, and I kind of nicked it. And yeah, I more than nicked it. It was bad. So I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to get out of here. So, sorry if this is a little bit shorter episode. Let me actually get looking at you guys. Sorry if this is a little bit shorter episode. Wasn't my intention. Obviously, that happened earlier today, and today's my day for recording, so yeah. But if you guys are interested in watching some more fun and interesting mayhem, tomorrow there is going to be a live stream here where we are going to be playing some Vintage Story. A simple Vintage Story is starting up tomorrow, and it's an SMP. There's a multiplayer thing, and so it's not just up to me either. There's going to be more people playing other than just me. So please tune in for that. That'll be at noon Eastern tomorrow. I'm going live then, and we're going to be starting off. So we're going to have nothing, and we're going to have to try to forge our way in this harsh world. If you guys saw the trailer, It's the one where VintageBeef was the narrator. Go look at that, and it's on the channel. It's only like about a week or two ago that I posted that. And that kind of gives you a rough idea of what we're getting into. And it's going to be rough. It's a very hard version of a voxel-based game to play, and it's hard to survive in. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be some familiar faces there too. So please tune in noon tomorrow for that. I am going to be playing with my busted up thumb. My all sliced up thumb and everything. I'll try to do my best on that, but since that one's not entirely up to me, like the zoo here is just me, I gotta wrap this one up. But since that one's not just me, I gotta host it. It's going on. It's happening. So it's definitely gonna happen tomorrow. So, alrighty, guys. I want you all to have a wonderful weekend, and be careful when you're working with sharp objects. But I gotta get out of here. So thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs and ear holes to this episode. I know it was a little unorthodox, but I will be back. Ooh, leg spike. But I will be back next week to do some more ZAWA for your eyeballs and ear holes to enjoy. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and bye bye.